Actually, kind of excited. I mean, Tyron Woodley has some hands, and he's super athletic, so it's going to be a true test for Jake Paul. But I think maybe youth might, play a factor in this fight. But either way, I'm interested. I'm rooting for Tyrone, and yeah, can't wait.
I think they're giving the Paul brothers way too much publicity. I mean, any publicity for them is good publicity. They've really understood that over their years. I do think they chose the wrong person to do a boxing match. And, a lot of people haven't talked about like the weight differences in the guys that they're choosing to fight these guys. I think, Tyron Woodley is not a small dude. And I think it's just going to give him an opportunity to really kind of like showcase the old Tyron Woodley, right? Like you have nothing to lose and everything to gain at that point. And these guys, that a lot of people aren't even addressing the weight difference. Like Ben Askren was so much. I mean, you saw what he looked like when he weighed in. That's not an athletic build. That's not. He wasn't. You're not training your natural weight class, and as a martial artist, you know that there are weight classes for a reason. So, yeah, I think Tyron Woodley is going to be the guy to kind of, have bring the MMA community back together, if you will, and kind of just, really show that it's not a sport to be dabbling with if you're not a serious competitor. So,
well, it's all for money. Tyrone's going to make a lot of money in this. I think it's cute that Paul keeps calling out wrestlers to be boxers. He doesn't want to go fight guys in a wrestling match or in a cage fight or whatever. But hats off to the guy for getting a Showtime contract and being able to get a lot of people to watch him. The YouTube thing's kind of weird, but he's gonna keep biting off the confidence issue and calling out the wrong people, and that's going to backfire on those guys. There's a lot of people that are very serious in the boxing game, but he's calling out wrestlers for a reason.
I'm just tired of hearing about them, bro. The Paul brothers, it would be nice for Tyrone to go in there and knock him out, but I don't know, man. I want to see one of those guys fight an actual striker. I mean, Tyrone's got that heavy hand, but it seems in his recent fights he hasn't been able to land it. So I don't know, man. It's just that's all just a joke to me. It's not combat sports, man. That's celebrities playing with their money, man.
I mean, I've been talking about this all week with everybody at the gym, but we're past the point of Jake Paul being pretending to be a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been doing it. The dude's been doing it for 3-4 years now. And he has nothing to do but to box. You got to respect the dude at one point because he's actually putting the work in, regardless of how he acts. Yeah, I think his personality is questionable. Yeah, do I think he's acting like a little childish? Yeah, but it's smart, and he's making a lot of money off of it. And look he got a Tyron Woodley fight. So my reaction was not the reaction that I had the first time I heard he got the previous fight. My reaction was for real? Are you serious? He got a fight against Askren, and then against Askren, and then Woodley came along, and I'm like, why are we surprised? It's past the point where he's a pretend fighter. He's an actual boxer. He can. Before, I think, I think a lot of the amateur fighters in our gym could beat him, and I still think they could give him a good matchup. But now it'd be a challenge for him. It'd be good sparring for Jake Paul to come in and work with a lot of these guys. So Jake Paul's putting in the work. You got to respect the work he's putting in. And, Woodley's going in, and Woodley's a monster. I mean, this is it. This is a really, tough fight for him. The Askren, I think Askren had it in him to do it. I don't think he really cared, if he won or lost. The guy made a check, and, people were already laughing at him before. So what's the difference between losing before and losing now? Because he was already quote unquote meme. So he didn't really he didn't have to win for anybody because everybody was already, hating on him already. So, but Woodley's gonna be a tough one. I
don't even know what generation I'm in anymore, or have I been under a rock? I don't know what's going on in the fight world. I get it. Am I mad about it? No. Like, it's just the way the world's moving. We've all got to move with the times, right? And hopefully I get my name big enough one day so I can box one of these fucking YouTubers and make some money.
Ooh, I think I have to really sit down and think of why I'm such a hater, why I'm such a Jake Paul hater. His name's Jake. Jake, yeah. Because if he put the work, he's obviously put the work in. He's obviously done well. You know what I mean? So, I mean, good for him, really.
Oh man, that's a step up. I just really hope Woodley's in the right headspace. I think if he's in the right headspace, Woodley is smashing this dude, like, no doubt about it.
Oh my God, Jake Paul's gonna get murdered, absolutely murdered. I mean, I knew Ben Askren was gonna get killed because I knew he probably didn't even train a day for that fight. I remember hearing an interview of him 8 years ago, and he's like, "Oh, I stopped sparring a long time ago. I sparred for one fight, and it was the worst fight I ever had." And I'm like, I don't know how to strike. I'm a wrestler. I'm just gonna wrestle. And meanwhile, you have Jake Paul, who is super wealthy, has an amazing coach, is the best in the world. Whether they're yes men or not, that guy's working hard. And he's been training a long time. And any fighter will tell you, there's guys that are not fighters at all, that are in the gym every day, that are nightmares to deal with. It's not just, in the like, if you're fighting a high level guy in a fight, then sure, that experience matters. But Jake's doing the right things in the gym. Obviously, he's got a loud mouth and he talks a lot, but he's working hard. And Ben wasn't. Ben's not a boxer. Jake's way bigger than him. Like, that was, I think, the writing was on the wall with that one.
You're looking for a first resort when it comes to MMA, all around it's Lynch on sports.